Hey everyone, we're back for our last stress container. So exciting. So this one is all about the pelvic floor and the hips. As Jill says, the hips don't lie. So this is definitely an area that I have done a lot of research in my own practice with hands-on body work and just, a lot of philosophies I've read and a lot of different things we've looked into. This area seems to be the area where I like to call it the stress on-off button. So it's connected to our fight or flight. It's also connected to the cranial sacral connection. So the head to the pelvis, you have the nervous system going up and down the spine there. So let's say you're driving in a car and you get cut off and someone pisses you off and you just clutch your pelvic floor and you lock your jaw. That's what we're talking about here. So what we're going to do is empower you with some information and some tools to have a deeper awareness and a connection to this part of the body. So with that said, Jill is also going to give us some tips on why we hold stress and tension in that area.
So often in readings, we see the hips. I see the hips right away, and usually it refers to old memory, holding on to anger or resentment, emotion, fear, sadness, loss. Exactly. Trying to control the past. Exactly. So that can be up our maternal or our paternal. So a lot of times it has to do with our first years of life and those first memories, exactly like you said, in our fight or flight or in our mind or in our brain that we don't even technically remember. So it's really good to release and have trust and work on the hips and the pelvic floor.
Releasing and connecting. It's sort of the ability to control and surrender. So holding but letting go as well. And empowering yourself with that information is so incredibly important in overall health and also in your sex life and just how you deal with stress in general. So this is a very common exercise that a lot of people are taught. It's called a Kegel. But I like to do it a little bit differently because a lot of times I think it's taught where you actually just hold and squeeze. So what we're going to do is close our eyes and we're going to connect and just feel your sits bones heavy. You can either be sitting down or you can be, I like to sit on my little travel roller here for support. And what you're going to do is close your eyes so that you can connect to the base of your core. This is like a hammock of muscles at the base of the core. So what you want to do is just pull those muscles in and up without using any butt, without using really any core. It's the base of the core, but you want to think low. Hold it there and then slowly let it release. And as you release, I like to picture a flower budding. So think of, or a flower actually flowering, So think of a rose opening up and expanding. Usually there's one more layer of letting go, so give it one more layer of opening. And then take that rose and bud it up into a nice little tight little bud, pulling it up and in, and then releasing and opening and feeling that flower bloom. Good. And then just open your eyes. And now you have a deeper connection to that area. One thing you can do is you can practice this while you're driving. Again, driving can be quite stressful. So notice if you are clutching in that area, you're white knuckling through your life. And notice that when you let go of that area, it actually softens the whole spinal cord, the nervous system. It's really incredible way to tap into that stress on or off button. Now the next move is something that Jill and I have both learned in some of our yoga trainings, especially the prenatal yoga training, is a deep squat. So if you don't have quite enough flexibility, you can actually use the travel roller for support. But she's got a lot of flexibility, so I like to put my heels on the very edge of the roller here. And you kind of squish down and then just hold the prayer position. So this is actually kind of the opposite of the Kegel. It's actually taking the pelvic floor and expanding it and lengthening it. So you can now do your Kegel here, pull it in and up, and then you'll feel that elasticity and that length in that area. So this is going to help regenerate the organs, even reposition the bladder, and help really restore that pelvic floor that we tend to lose connectivity to, and it sort of starts to drop and just get tighter and weaker as we age, and of course post childbirth. So this is a great thing to do. Just even if you're sitting there and playing with your kids, just coming down into this squat if you can is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now Jill's going to give us some amazing IMs for this.
Some people find this pose meditative. Many do not yet in our culture, but you can stay here if you want, or like Lo and I love to do, come and ground and center and really begin to feel your base. Your hips are deeply supporting you. Let them release, let them open. And then we love a few great meditations or mantra sayings that are I am. So we can say I am rooted, or I actually love I am open here. So either one that works for you. There's another one that we were working with. You can do I am grounded or I am secure. So right now we're going to use I am rooted, and we're going to talk about how to open this area up by connecting to a saying or mantra in the center of our mind, pulling us out of our fight or flight, helping us release all the way down and open the hips. All right, here we go.
So cool.
All right. So we're going to close our eyes if we can. And I'm going to use my meditative tool. You can choose anything you'd like to do. Some people love to touch fingertips on this one just to begin to relax. We're going to say I am grounded or I am rooted 12 times here. Here we go, closing our eyes. I am grounded. 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 We hold this space for 1 to 5 minutes. I choose I am grounded because I am a little extra intuitive. I am rooted or I am secure. Any of those work very well to start to feel our hips and pelvic floor down.
And even those mantras help also to release the tension of the lower back. And as we know, when we have that tightness in the pelvic floor and the hips, it can really lock in the spine and create compression. So using both these mantras and also these simple physical movements,
Exactly.
this was our dream, to come together and share this with you guys and give you simple, effective, easy ways to integrate this into your everyday lives. And we are so grateful that you came and along with us on this journey. And if you want more information, you can check out my website, laurenroxborough.com, or you can also follow me on Instagram at @lowroxborough, and please sign up for my newsletter. I have so many amazing things to share with you, tips and events and retreats and more videos and more education and empowerment for all of you. And of course, Jill has a lot going on.
And Jill_Willard for my Instagram, Twitter. There's a lot of energy moving forward. Blow the lid off your stress containers. We're so grateful, you guys. Treat yourself well. Thank you.
And you have to get her book, which is called The Intuitive Being, and it's coming out October
25th. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's going to be huge.
Thank you. And your book as well.
Yay,
Thank
we love you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Ciao.